Hello, I am Tato Cat and welcome to my channel. Today we are playing Sentimental Trickster Soichiro's rap. So previously, Soichiro got like super depressed and quit his job. And we hear this from Jen, which is not great. And we call mom, we find out that, well, it's happened before. And so now we're kind of, for some reason decided to keep the promise and stay in class. And now, using our mom's advice, we're kind of talking to him, and it's like all creepy and dark, and he's kind of out of it, which doesn't seem right. Am I gonna get another thing from YouTube about my well-being? Hopefully not. So yeah, let us continue with Haru's speech. He's staring at me now, his eyes wide, but finally, he's here in body and in mind. I forbid you from quitting your job. But no buts. You can't do it. We need you. I need you. You're the best freaking teacher I've ever had, so I'm not going to. I refuse to let you go. That's not true. I don't deserve those words. The way I am, I'm not even able to earn my students' respect because I became a teacher because I wanted to help, but I'm probably the last person they'll turn to if they need it. Bullshit. They may try something just to see how much they can get away with. Sure, all students do that. We're no angels. But when you're there talking, your heart's out. We listen. We ask questions. We even discuss things. Isn't that proof enough that we respect you? I don't know. But I do know one thing. When it felt like my students didn't care about my class, I couldn't always count on you to help. Like you did before when you asked me that question. When we were talking about body language? Yes, you seen me back then. Thank you, Haru. Come on. You already thank me for that. And I'll always help you. Sometimes I might not know how, but I'll always try to help because you're very important to me. You keep telling yourself no one will miss you because it makes it easier to run away. Trust me, I'm an expert. Do you remember the day I got here? Yes, of course. Of course I do. I was so ashamed. I just packed my bag and ran away from my problems. I was also terrified because somewhere in the back of my mind, there was a thought I couldn't get rid of. What if all my problems are inside me? And I won't ever be able to break free? What if there's something wrong with me? I had no idea you felt that way. Stop. I don't want you to feel sorry for me. Don't you get it? You saved me. That night, you cooked for me. You talked to me like I was your friend. You made me feel welcome. For the first time in months, I looked forward to the next day. I was so happy that you didn't hate my cooking. So he remembers what I said back then. I'm glad I was honest. Hotaru, she was such a good cook. When she didn't have the energy to do it anymore, I tried to learn, but... Hey, not everyone is destined for glory in the kitchen, but we sure keep trying. He smiles at that. Then his expression turns serious. Do you mean it? Did I really save you? Yes, you did. Over and over again. So please let me save you now. Remember when you showed me around town? I had so much fun. Well, yes, I do, but it wasn't much. Anyone could have done it. No, not anyone. I asked you, and I was so happy that you agreed. It meant a lot to me. Even if I'll never understand your love for orc destroyers. That gets a little laugh from him. The sound takes me back to how things used to be, and I have to take a deep breath before I can continue. And don't you dare think you bring misfortune. I'm lucky to know you. No, Haru, it's me. It's me who should feel lucky that you want to spend time with me. Someone like me. Stop it, or I'll punch you. Seriously. Don't do that, Haru. You will hurt your hand. Why do you think you're no good? You think I'm better than you just because I'm younger? No, it's not just that. It's everything about you, Haru. The way you look, the way you think, the way you act. If you only let people know you, everyone will fall head over heels for you. Man, where were you when I was in high school? And for the record, I don't care about everyone. I care about you. Who else would commit all those kitchen atrocities with me? Remember the first thing we made? How could I forget? Thank you for not letting me choose. Yeah, beef bourguignon. Damn, I still can't pronounce it. Making that thing would have been very, very bad idea. The hamburgers, on the other hand, those hamburgers turned out great. That wonderful juicy smell, the flavors and texture. I close my eyes and sigh, picturing the culinary wonder Soichiro's stomach growls. I think I forgot about dinner. You must make them again sometime. We got so much better at it. The whole cooking thing, I mean. Don't you think? Yes, we did. You always speak your mind, Haru. How do you do that? It wasn't always like that. When people made fun of me in high school, I just took it. I'd laugh nervously. Maybe make a joke, then hope they'd go away. But I've decided that I won't let anyone else treat me like shit ever again. So when I don't like something, I say it. And believe me, I don't praise things left and right either. Only when I really mean it. I'm sorry I never asked about your past. I didn't want to pry. It's okay. I'll tell you. I want to. And there's plenty of time. You said... You told me I was a hero. You told me I would be the one jumping in to save someone. Hey, I just repeated what you said to me because that's how I feel too. Yes. And for a second, I thought it would be alright. That when the moment came, we could be brave, could be heroes together. We still can. He shakes his head, then looks at me. I hold his gaze. But it's too late for me, Haru. I could have been a hero. I could have saved someone, saved her. But I failed. I failed when it mattered most. You can't change the past, but the present can still... Why? Why are you trying so hard for my sake? Remember when I told you I liked guys? Soichiro nods once, our eyes still locked, his jaw muscles tense slightly. I never felt so scared in my entire life. But you accepted me. You told me it was okay to be myself, and I believed you. Because it's the truth. Not everyone thinks that, especially not in my town. That's why I'll accept you too. I'll accept everything about you. And I'll try to help you no matter what. Soichiro closes his eyes, a small half smile on his lips. He bows his head. His shoulders shake slightly, but he doesn't cry. And here comes the hard part. Are we going to confess? About your wife. I stop abruptly, hold my breath. Why? Now when it matters the most, my mind blinks. It refuses to give me what I need. I still don't know how to crack the code. I don't have the answer. Soichiro's voice is very quiet, but it's enough to make me jump. Thank you, Haru. What? For what? For everything. You told me to read Hotaru's diary because you believed I was strong enough to handle it. But I'm not. It will be okay. It will never be okay. It will never be okay. When somebody dies, it like nothing's gonna change that. Nothing is gonna make it better. They're going to be gone. And nothing will change about that. All you can do is kind of learn to live with that. And I don't know if that's the right answer here. But that's always been my thought. It'll never be okay. They will always be gone. I close the distance between us and kneel beside him. I put my hand on his. You will never stop loving her. She will always be dead. No one can make that right. Soichiro stares at me for a second. I hate myself for saying it. Yes, it is a very crappy, sucky thing to say, but it is the truth. Soichiro stares at me, and for a second, I hate myself for saying it. But this is all I've got. I'm sorry, I know it sucks, and I suck for saying it. But no matter how hard it gets, you have to survive it. For my sake. Haru, Wait, let me finish. I take a deep breath. I can't imagine a day without you. I want us to do more stuff together. Play more board games. Watch more movies. Go to more places. I want us to go through all those cooking books, and then we'll finally make the beef thingy, and it'll be freaking delicious. He's very still, his gaze fixed on me. I feel a blush peeping its way to my cheeks, creeping its way to my cheeks. Does it sound too much like a confession? No, it's not important. This isn't about me. And let's bake a cake for Hotaru's birthday. For Hotaru? Yes. She's important to you, so I want her to be in my life too. Whenever you feel like looking through her things, do it with me. I want to know more about her. When you visit her grave or even think about her, I want to be there. I want to share those moments with you because they're important. You really would do these things with me? Yeah. But wouldn't it be a burden? Someone so young. Wouldn't you rather? No. Whatever it is you want to do, I'll be with you every step of the way. Even if it doesn't get easier, I'll help you endure it. Soichiro draws in a sharp breath, his eyes closing. His fingers grip the sofa, and I feel his pulse accelerate. I don't let go of his hands. His voice comes out as shaking, broken whisper. Haru. Yeah? Please, don't be mad. Why would I be mad? I think I did something very stupid. Tell me. I won't be mad, I promise, no matter what it is. After a moment's hesitation, he reaches under one of the pillows. He produces a couple of small orange bottles. You dumbass. That's all I can say. Oh, Soichiro. Listen, if you die, I'm gonna be so mad. I mean, I was sad when Jin's sister died too, but for some reason, Soichiro hits a little closer to me. Yes, again, I know she's a child, and that just makes me sound horrible, but I can relate to him. I can't really relate to a little girl. I mean, it's sad because she's little, but I don't relate to her as much. But I relate to Soichiro. He hands them over to me. I stare at the label, my own heartbeat rising. Are these sleeping pills? Yes. How many did you take? A lot. When? I think it was a bit before you came in. He rubs his forehead suddenly. His body sways, and he almost falls down. I shake him hard. Soichiro, look at me. Don't you dare fall asleep. Do you hear me? I whip out my phone and call 119. Please help. I need an ambulance. The address is... They arrive in minutes, but it feels like an eternity. Soichiro passes out while they put him on the stretcher. Kane and Shinya come out, but there's no time to explain. We ride to the hospital. They rush into the emergency room and tell us to wait. I know why does the hospital look exactly like the school's hospital? Whatever. I know there's a good reason for that. They need to pump his stomach. We'd get in the way, but while the rational part of my brain explains everything, the rest of me wants to scream. Why can't I go with you? I won't slow you down. I just want to be with him. I'm afraid that if I lose sight of him again. Haru. Kane puts a gentle hand on my shoulder and steers me towards the waiting room. He tells me to sit down, then does the same. Okay, breathe. Good, just like that. I know you want to go in there, but we can't help him. We have to wait. Yeah. I take a couple of deep breaths and force myself to unclench my fist. I notice Shinya standing next to us. He wasn't there before. Everything is under control. I've been inquired about who's in charge of Soichiro. Then I did a background check. He's an excellent specialist. We have nothing to fear. I blink at that. Shinya's voice is calm and steady. He must be telling the truth. But even then, I read that with a pill overdose, when you lose consciousness, the chances of survival... No, don't think about it. He's going to be fine. Has to be. I continue breathing in and out. I don't know how long we've been sitting here. The clock is ticking in rhythm with the pounding in my skull. Every sound of footsteps makes my head jerk up, but no one approaches us. Finally, I see a doctor walking towards us. I jump to my feet. Haro Amari? Yeah, that's me. How is he? He's conscious. I believe we've managed to remove most of what he ingested. There's no risk of damage to his liver. Whew. Okay. Good. I don't have to take a hammer to the... violence is bad. Okay. A wave of relief hits me so hard that I almost fall back onto my seat. I exhale and close my eyes. We admitted him for overnight observation. I nod, looking at the doctor again. He smiles, the corners of his eyes crinkling. You made the call, right? Yeah. It was fortunate that you got here so quickly. Good job. Can I see him? Of course. He is in room 202, on the second floor. Thank you. We're still in the hospital room. Just saying, not a waiting room. Details. I shake his hand and start running. I hear Kane's voice. We'll wait here. Kane knows what's up. I take the stairs 2 steps at a time. I sprint through the corridor, my head darting left and right. There it is, 202. I fling the door open and run inside. Soichiro's sitting on the bed. He jumps, his head jerking towards me. I stop for a moment. I'm rooted in place, staring at him. Aww. Haru. That was, quite an entrance. Almost gave me a heart attack. He tries to laugh, but it comes out hoarse and shaky. He looks down, breaking eye contact. It seems that, Shinya paid for this room so I could have some privacy. Please thank him for me. Haru, When manly men cry, they do it quietly. Sure, their shoulders might shake, their expression might twist in pain, and they might even pound on the wall or floor. But if a single sob escapes their lips, it's over. The manliness is gone. Needless to say, I'm no real man. With the sounds I'm making right now, I'm surprised nurses don't come running, or even security. Soichiro's chest feels warm and firm. Oh, poor Haru. And firm against my cheek. You can still be a manly man and cry like that, Haru. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. His heart is beating furiously right next to my ear. Haru? Shut up! What the hell? Did you want to join her that badly? Well, tough luck. You're staying with me. I put my arms around him and squeeze hard. Well, now that I know Soichiro is not dead, let's see if we actually get the true happy ending in the next episode. I assume that's what's going to come next, is the ending. I've been wrong most of the time, so who knows? Yeah. So if you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe. Have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon.